In today's global music battlefield, success doesn't just bring applause, it often brings resistance and intense scrutiny. As SB19 rises beyond borders, breaking records and building a fiercely loyal fan base, a wave of criticism from some corners of the K-pop community has followed. But why is that happening? Is it cultural protection, industry competition, or fear of a shifting power dynamic within Asian pop? Today, we're diving deep into the real reasons behind this tension and what it could mean for the future of global music and fan culture. From a local training project to a global sensation, SB19's journey shows how the landscape of Asian pop is evolving faster than many expected. Formed under the guidance of Show BT Philippines, SB19 went through a rigorous Korean-style trainee system that demanded relentless discipline, resilience, and constant improvement. Their days were filled with intense vocal lessons, demanding choreography practices, and performance training designed to build stage confidence and precision. For several years, progress was slow and recognition remained mostly within the Philippines, but the group continued refining their craft with determination and focus. Everything changed when their song Go Up suddenly went viral online, transforming them into a symbol of perseverance and drawing international attention. Their meticulous preparation helped them stand out among regional peers because they didn't just perform songs, they delivered powerful stage presence, tight synchronization, and compelling visual storytelling that rivaled established K-pop acts. That dedication eventually led to a historic milestone, as SB19 became one of the first Southeast Asian acts to receive nominations on major international award platforms, proving that talent from outside Korea could compete confidently on the global stage. Appearances on the Billboard Hot 100 and Billboard Global 200, along with expanding global tours, further strengthened the reputation of SB19 as serious contenders in the international music scene. What makes SB19's rise particularly impressive is the strategic and structured approach behind it. Unlike many overnight sensations, their success has been built through years of preparation, skill development, and a deep understanding of the evolving global pop music landscape. As their influence continued to grow, audiences around the world began to take notice, and many who once underestimated Southeast Asian pop were forced to rethink their assumptions. SB19 didn't quietly enter the global stage, they arrived with confidence, identity, and undeniable momentum. The K-pop system itself is far more than just a music industry model. It is a carefully engineered cultural machine, developed and refined over decades. Major companies such as SM Entertainment and YG Entertainment have perfected nearly every element of the trainee system, from intensive vocal and choreography training to media preparation and sophisticated fan engagement strategies. Every stage performance seen by audiences is the result of countless rehearsal hours, strategic branding decisions, and meticulous attention to visual aesthetics. Over time, K-pop's influence has grown far beyond music, shaping fashion, digital fandom culture, and global entertainment trends across multiple continents. The South Korea government has long supported cultural exports as a form of soft power, transforming K-pop idols into influential global ambassadors. Through strategic promotion, international concerts, and media expansion, Korean pop culture has become a powerful cultural force worldwide. Fans across continents now associate K-pop with a very specific standard: precision choreography, polished visuals, and carefully crafted performances. This reputation has created a strong sense of pride and identity among dedicated fans, who often feel deeply connected to the system that built these artists. Because of that emotional investment, when performers outside Korea adopt similar training styles and production methods, some fans perceive it as a challenge to the unique identity they admire. This protective instinct becomes even stronger when non-Korean acts such as SB19 reach a comparable level of polish, professionalism, and global recognition. However, criticism within the K-pop community is not always driven by hostility. In many cases, it grows from a deep loyalty to an industry model that has been carefully refined over decades. The structured trainee system, branding strategies, and performance standards are seen by many fans as a cultural achievement worth defending. When a rising group appears to mirror these elements successfully, it can sometimes feel like an encroachment, prompting passionate debate and online reactions. For many supporters, K-pop represents far more than music. It symbolizes identity, cultural pride, and a shared global community. For many fans, it is a carefully crafted global identity, and preserving it feels deeply personal. The conversation surrounding SB19 often centers on a sensitive question: are they innovators or imitators? Some critics argue that the group's training style, choreography, and visual presentation closely resemble the system popularized by K-pop, leading to labels such as copycats. Their precise dance routines, synchronized formations, and polished stage styling undeniably reflect performance methods that were refined within the Korean idol industry, which causes certain fans to question authenticity. However, this perspective overlooks a fundamental truth about global pop music. Creative influence is the driving force behind evolution and innovation. SB19's use of the Korean idol methodology is less about imitation and more about learning from a successful system while blending Filipino language, culture, and identity into their performances. Throughout music history, global pop has always thrived on cultural exchange. Western pop helped inspire K-pop, which now influences the rise of P-pop. Iconic choreography styles, production techniques, and stage standards constantly move across borders, creating new interpretations along the way. Supporters therefore argue that SB19's success lies not in copying a formula, but in elevating it through their own artistic voice and cultural perspective. They draw inspiration from global influences and transform it into something distinctly Filipino, rooted in cultural pride, language, and powerful storytelling. For SB19, the goal has never been simple imitation, but creative evolution. What some critics interpret as copying is often a natural step in the global exchange of musical ideas. In reality, it demonstrates that excellence is universal and that creativity grows stronger when artistic boundaries are crossed. Music history repeatedly shows that cultural exchange drives innovation because no genre develops in isolation. Styles, choreography, and production ideas travel across borders, constantly reshaping the sound and identity of modern pop. Another layer of this debate emerges from fandom culture itself. Supporters of legendary groups like BTS and Blackpink have invested years of emotional energy not only in the music, but also in defending their artists on the global stage. Many fans remember every challenge these groups faced: cultural stereotypes, industry competition, and the long journey toward international recognition. For them, K-pop represents a hard-earned legacy built through persistence and global impact. When newer acts begin gaining worldwide attention, it can sometimes trigger defensive reactions within passionate communities. In many cases, criticism toward SB19 is not truly rooted in dislike. Instead, it reflects loyalty, emotional investment, and a strong instinct to protect the artists and culture fans have supported for years. Many fans worry that groups rising in markets outside South Korea might benefit from the global momentum that K-pop originally built without experiencing the same early struggles. For longtime supporters, K-pop's success came after years of overcoming stereotypes, limited global recognition, and intense competition. Because of that history, some fans react defensively when artists from other regions begin gaining similar international attention. In most cases, this reaction isn't personal toward SB19. Instead, it reflects concern about protecting a cultural and artistic identity that fans feel they helped elevate through years of dedication and global support. At the same time, SB19's rise encourages fans to balance two powerful emotions: loyalty to established icons and curiosity about emerging talent. Admirers of legendary groups like BTS and Blackpink feel deep pride in K-pop's history, yet they also recognize that Asian pop music is expanding into new territories. This creates an emotional balancing act between preserving legacy and welcoming innovation. In many ways, the criticism surrounding SB19 is less about rejecting them and more about protecting the legacy that earlier generations of artists worked so hard to build. Their success has also sparked a broader conversation about the identity of P-pop.
Unlike K-pop, which has a well-established global structure rooted in Korean culture and the idol training system, P-pop is still actively shaping its voice and direction. SB19 contributes to that development by releasing music in both Filipino and English, a strategy that allows them to remain authentic to their cultural roots while connecting with a global audience. This bilingual approach lets them share uniquely Filipino stories on the world stage, creating both pride and emotional connection among fans. The rise of other groups such as BYGO and BINI shows that the movement is no longer niche. Local support across the Philippines has grown rapidly, fueled by national pride and excitement as Filipino artists gain international recognition. Every new release, live performance, and viral dance challenge helps define what Southeast Asian pop can become, blending strong local identity with world-class performance standards. Rather than replacing K-pop, P-pop is carving out its own space, building a distinct lane that is becoming increasingly visible on the global music stage. As global attention continues to grow, the spotlight on P-pop is becoming brighter than ever, signaling a breakthrough moment rather than a cultural crisis. The success of SB19 and other rising Filipino acts shows that Southeast Asian pop is gaining real momentum on the world stage. What once seemed like a regional movement is now drawing curiosity and admiration from international audiences, proving that diverse Asian music scenes can coexist together in today's global entertainment landscape. Beyond cultural debates and artistic comparisons, another powerful factor behind the tension is simple but significant: market power. Southeast Asia is home to millions of young, digitally connected fans, making it one of the fastest-growing audiences for global pop music. Filipino fandom, in particular, has built a reputation for being highly organized and extremely active online. Fans stream songs in massive numbers, mobilize quickly during fan voting campaigns, and push trends across platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. This digital power has not been unnoticed by the global entertainment industry. Major labels and international brands are increasingly designing marketing campaigns, endorsements, and world tours with Southeast Asian audiences in mind. The region's enthusiastic fan culture and growing spending power make it an attractive market for music companies looking to expand their global reach. Because of this, discussions surrounding SB19 and the rise of P-pop are no longer just about artistic style or cultural identity. They are also connected to business strategy and market influence. When money, global visibility, and audience loyalty enter the equation, fan debates can quickly evolve into broader industry tensions. SB19's rapid rise challenges long-standing assumptions about where influence in Asian pop music originates, creating both excitement and friction across fandoms. In the digital era, social media platforms don't simply report these conversations, they magnify them, turning every opinion, comparison, and milestone into a worldwide discussion, almost instantly.
Platforms such as TikTok, X, and YouTube have effectively become digital battlegrounds for modern fandoms, where comparisons, reactions, and opinions can spread worldwide within hours. The rise of SB19 has naturally become part of this fast-moving online conversation. Fans frequently create comparison edits that place the group alongside popular K-pop idols, carefully analyzing choreography, vocals, visuals, and stage styling down to the smallest detail. Many of these posts begin with admiration or playful rivalry, but the enormous engagement they generate often transforms them into intense debate threads. Reaction channels, commentary videos, and performance breakdowns quickly accumulate millions of views as audiences discuss similarities, differences, and artistic influences. The algorithms powering these platforms tend to reward sensational content, meaning posts that spark debate or disagreement often gain more visibility than neutral or purely celebratory discussions. Because of this dynamic, fan disagreements that once stayed within small communities now become global conversations almost instantly. In some cases, the amplified attention can make it seem as if entire fandoms are at war, even when the original intent was simply analysis or friendly comparison. The louder the clash, the greater the reach, and algorithms push those conversations further into public view. Within this digital ecosystem, every milestone achieved
loved by SB19, and every comparison with K-pop artists remains constantly under the spotlight, fueling admiration, criticism, curiosity, and passionate discussion at a speed that would have been impossible before the era of social media. Social media often transforms cultural curiosity into viral tension, especially when conversations about identity and representation enter the spotlight. The success of SB19 touches on something deeper than music alone. It connects to national pride, cultural visibility, and global recognition. For many fans in the Philippines, the group represents a long-awaited voice on the international stage, symbolizing the creativity and potential of Filipino talent. Their growing worldwide recognition is seen not just as validation of individual success, but as proof that the Philippines can stand alongside major global music industries. This pride naturally fuels intense loyalty among supporters, leading fans to passionately defend the group and respond strongly to criticism online. At the same time, many fans in South Korea view SB19's style and structured performance approach as closely connected to the system developed within K-pop. For these supporters, the idol model represents decades of cultural investment, innovation, and perseverance in building global respect for Korean pop music. Because of that long journey, even respectful similarities can sometimes trigger protective reactions, often expressed through skepticism or criticism. As a result, discussions that begin as simple musical comparisons can quickly become symbolic debates about influence and ownership. In this context, SB19 is not merely performing songs, they are participating in a broader conversation about cultural identity, representation, and the evolving landscape of Asian pop music on the global stage. Music often becomes a stage for negotiation over pride, heritage, and respect, where criticism is fueled more by emotion than logic. Fan reactions extend beyond personal preference. They reflect deeply held values, national identity, and the politics of representation in global pop culture. One of the most striking aspects of SB19's rise is how they navigate criticism and online comparisons. Unlike some acts that respond defensively to attacks or escalate fan wars, SB19 has embraced a strategy of deliberate silence, choosing instead to focus on their craft, perfecting choreography, delivering powerful vocals, and engaging audiences through consistently polished performances and live shows. This restraint has become a defining feature of their public persona, reinforcing professionalism and credibility. Additionally, SB19 shows genuine respect toward Korean artists, recognizing K-pop as a source of inspiration rather than a rival. This measured approach emphasizes growth, artistry, and cultural diplomacy over public confrontation, earning admiration from both fans and industry peers alike. By letting their achievements speak for themselves, SB19 shifts the narrative from endless debate to pure performance. International recognition, viral content, and sustained fan engagement all reinforce their legitimacy without any need for defensive statements or explanations. This professional restraint often disarms louder criticism. While online debates rage across platforms, SB19's disciplined approach allows them to rise above the noise, earning respect from fans, critics, and peers alike. In an era where controversy frequently drives visibility, their quiet confidence stands out as both bold, sophisticated, and remarkably strategic. A hallmark of true global artists, SB19's success signals a transformative moment